my channel and to a very exciting video. I have been looking forward to decorating our new home for Christmas since we moved in. And we moved in January, so I've had to wait a while. I've had to wait an entire year. So I have had time to think about it, but I also needed to go through all of our past decor. Now, we didn't have a ton because before we were living in an apartment and we really just had a small corner in the living room that we were able to decorate, and then the mantle. And I think one year maybe I did a few things in our kitchen, like our breakfast nook. So I did get a few new things, and I have been thinking about inspiration and what direction I wanted to take the Christmas decorations this year. I obviously tend to love and lean towards Victorian, jewel tones, Moody type Christmas. This room specifically is going to get a lot of Christmas attention. And then I want to do some sprinkles throughout the rest of the house too, since we spend a lot of time in our informal living room. So before we jump into decorating, I have something special to share, but it won't be a surprise to those of you that have caught the last 3 videos on my channel, which was the making of series of something that I have been working on for years. 4 years I have been developing my own candle, dreaming, thinking, sketching, planning, developing what I truly wanted in this collection. My goal with everything that I do is to really be detail oriented, pay attention to the small things, and think about the impact that anything that I create has on our lives and our environment and anything in between. So it took a long time, many years, to develop the perfect candle from the best scents, which includes fragrance and essential oil blends that are free from harmful chemicals, to the best wax, which is coconut and soy, that's clean and non-toxic for you to burn in your home, to the perfect vessel that you actually want to repurpose into your home after the candle is gone. Any candle that I've personally ever purchased always says, like, reuse your vessel, turn it into something else. But have you ever really wanted to? I wanted to create something that was undeniably something that you wanted to repurpose into your home in creative ways. So you can see the entire process, every detail, all the effort that went into designing these custom candles in the making of series, and the collection is available to shop now on the website, so I'll leave all of the details. This has truly been something that I have dreamt about and wanted to bring to life for many, many years. So just getting to share that with you guys and your love and support, and I'm just so incredibly grateful for this community. So we're gonna be decorating around our Noel scent, which is our holiday candle, and it is literally everything that I wanted to smell at the holidays. So we're gonna be doing the room justice because now we've got the scent. I got this beautiful tree stand from the flea market for either $5 or $10. I can't remember, it was on a pile, you know, kind of laid out, and everything on the pile was marked either $5 or $10. I think it was $5. And it's iron, like it's so heavy and green that it was so pretty. So I think it'll be pretty to kind of replace the base because it's probably just a plastic base that's on the tree. It's not gonna hold it. Aww. So we've had this tree for 5 years now. And we've got some lights out. So I'm definitely going to have to find the bulb. But I do love this tree. It's got the cashmere pines, so they're a little bit fuzzy and they're all different. It makes a tree pine look really interesting. And in our apartment, I did a couple of different like bottoms to it. One year I did it in a basket, like a huge basket, and I set the tree in it, which was really pretty. One year I just did one of those like tree collars underneath. And then one year I just used a blanket, because you can totally use a blanket as a tree skirt. But I did find this one, and it's like neutral and it has some embroidery on the bottom. It's like little mushrooms. So we're gonna put this around the bottom and then start working on our ornaments. So I've gathered kind of a sampling of all of the ornaments that I have that I think I want to go with on the tree, and I'm going for like a golden jewel tone look with the ornaments. I don't know if this happens to anybody else, but Do you also procrastinate starting something? Sometimes I find myself overthinking, and instead of just like getting started, like let me just get something on the tree. You know, like let me just put one thing instead of like thinking, well, where do I start? What do I start with? Do I start with the ribbon? And I've done this for how many years, and it's just still, I hesitate, you know? So just have to get started. So I've got ornaments. I also ordered some pearls because I thought, I saw that on a tree in a picture and I was like, oh, I actually really like that. I just don't want it to read too feminine, you know? So I think tastefully done, not overdone is the way to go. And I also have ribbon. I have some recycled silk too. I don't know, I'm just gonna get started and we're gonna see where we go. It's like, I think the pearls would look really pretty. They just have to hang well. You know, like you have to pick the right branches, I feel like, but let's just see what it could look like. It could look really nice. Also have some ribbon. I kind of like that too. Okay, I think I'm gonna start, since I want the ribbon kind of like tucked inside, I'm gonna start with the ribbon, then ornaments, then the finale of the pearls, since they kind of hang on top and they need to drape really well, and bows, like bows on the ends, because I really want to do bows this year too. I actually like that a lot. It adds that different color to like the base of the tree, so it's not all green. I almost used the whole roll. Okay, next, ornaments. I'm just gonna play. You guys, every year I get more and more colorful. In the right colors. Not like super bright, but I like moody colors. I would love to get some more of these red velvet balls. There was only one red velvet ball that came in each pack. It was like a multi-pack. So only 2, but I really like the pop, and I think I'd want to add a few more to the tree and then maybe around, you know, like maybe in the mantle or something. We used lots of different jewel tones, you know, to create this. So we've got red, dark blue, green, copper, seafoam green glitter, gold, and then the burgundy ribbon. I love it. It looks so like rich. I think that this is gonna add even more actually, because it's gonna add that lightness. Just kind of shoved it in there. Honestly, I could do with or without. I feel like it does add something extra, but I do like it without as well. I also want to do some like bows. I have gold ribbon that's a little stiffer, and then I have burgundy that'll kind of complement the other, but this is like more, you know, like just like gold. It's like stiff on the edges. Might say no to pearls. I don't know if Romeo will like that. You know, like I don't know if it's leaning, I don't know why in me it feels like it's leaning, on the tree it's leaning too feminine, but maybe we could use it in like the garland or something. I think I might actually iron this, because it right now it's, you know, feels very organic, like it's, you know, a little like crumpled and raw, but it'll still be raw, but if I iron it, it would give me so much more of a substantial bow. Like it'll be like flattened out. You see how wide it actually is? I think I might like that better than more stringy. think that looks so good, you guys. Okay, mixing a lot of different colors, but make them all moody and jewel tone was definitely a good move this year. So good, I can't wait for there to be presents and things. I have not Christmas shopped yet, by any means. Okay, the mantle. I always get really excited to do mantles. I've always usually had to keep them really simple and really low because our mantle is always sat below our TV. So there was only ever so much I could do. We now have 2 mantles because we have a dual-sided fireplace. So there's one opening on this side and one on the other side where our TV actually is. So I could do something small in the other living room, but I can go big in here, like a bigger, I mean like taller, not be so restricted. I have things, I have garlands and things. So let me take this stuff down. So I picked up some real cedar. They did have these, and I found one place that had fresh trees. The hardware store had fresh trees, but none of the other like tree farms actually have them. But maybe they started today, since it's after Thanksgiving. And I have some faux garland we can mix in and things. I just don't want it to lay super flat this year. Until you really get started with the first piece, it's kind of a giant experiment. I mean, there's only so much you can plan. Maybe with the items you'd like to include, but until you get the first piece up, you don't really know how it's all gonna go. So let's try. I'm gonna hang this off pretty low. I'd love for it to touch the floor, honestly. That's the dream right there. Kinsley, I'm making a mess, huh? She's like, what is this stuff? I don't wanna break it, but I want it to like be dimensional. That's what we're calling layer 1. Second one we're gonna lay on top, but I kinda want it to hang, like droop. But I'm gonna need to use something to get it to stay up, you know? Like, stay. I literally cannot walk away. Like, it's gonna fall. Tie them together. Maybe they'll stay just for a little bit. Okay, base layer. And I actually like that it had some height on its own. I kind of like looped this piece, this end piece around, so it's only hanging off one side. So it added some height here. So now we have to add garlands. Let's do garlands next. I have these cute little paper trees that are glittered in gold that we could add in. That'll give it like a different color. And I also have bells. I got the cutest pack of little vintage, I guess, inspired bells. They're not vintage, but they look really cute and they're little, and I thought that they would be perfect. I got these on Amazon actually. And I thought they would be perfect to like string onto a garland and make a garland out of. So we need string. So I have some gold velvet ribbon, or we could use the same silk and bring in that color. It might actually be really pretty. Let me see. Oh, to find the end again is always a little worrisome. Oh, here we go. Tie them into like knots. So let's measure how long we need our string. So this will be the start of our garland. I added enough to go to right under this piece here. That looks cute for one layer. Now I'm gonna go in with the gold, the paper. So I think it's gonna add different. So I want it to hang a little differently. I don't want it to have the same swoosh as the bells or the garland. I have a couple stems that just will add some like different greens and some pine cones. I'm gonna kind of like tuck them in places just to add something different and make it look a little more dimensional. Okay, I'm gonna add some more to the tail over here, but I wanna start building up too. So I need height. Got candlesticks, obviously. Love to put those on mantles because there's nothing above it. So taper candles, these pretty brass ones with green taper candles that might be pretty here. Okay, I'm still missing height. I just want it to be higher. So we actually have this tree, this birch tree outside that is dead. We knew when we moved in we had to have it removed. So we're gonna have it cut down soon. But I stole one of its branches because the birch trees have these little baby pine cones but when you forage from outside, you can't really manipulate the things very much. So I'm like trying to make this work. This is just like one branch and I can mix it in so it doesn't look so disjointed. Like I can put one here and stick a few in random places, but at least this kind of helps to get me up a little higher. Even though it's more sparse, you know, at least it adds to that whimsical a little bit. I just wish it was like not so gray, because it's obviously dead. I just don't want it to read too like gathered, you know, like too from the forest, if you will. I want it a little more classier than that. I feel like it's reading that way. Like as I add more, it looks more and more like I did it on purpose. So like that makes me happy. Like it's just a little bit of twig here. It's beautiful. It's like I'm in some kind of like magical garden in Narnia. Like that's what it's giving. I'm like, that's actually pretty cool if I could, you know, pull it off. Maybe just add a few more like twigs. See, like it's adding some like interest. Never gotten to go this big with a mantle, so it's like exciting. Okay, so here on the tail, I want to add some more. I just have this leftover silk that we kind of ran through with the bells. So I need to make it look on purpose. You know, so maybe like loop it a little bit, like tie it here. I have some bells. Definitely need lights. I had some garland up here just for a while, not styled or anything, and it had no lights, and it was so sad. It was just literally a fake piece of garland. It was not it. So we're definitely gonna light it. I'm just gonna use one strand. That's really all it needs. And I'm gonna tuck it in. And we're gonna secure this really well. Like I'm gonna put some 3M, like little hooks or something behind it, because I just had this fear of going to sleep tonight and then waking up and it's all over the floor. So all this hard work will not go like onto the floor, truly. I always tend to put my garland like this on a mantle because where it hoops up is where I like to put the stockings. So I usually have 3 stockings, but since we're having Christmas here with Romeo's family, I'm actually going to do some like custom, I want to embroider everybody's initials on the stockings. We're also going to do that in Texas when we go back on New Year's for our family's Christmas. I am going to be embroidering, so stay tuned over on my vlog channel for some more like Christmas content and making truly epic Christmases in 2 times for my family and for Romeo's family. So since I'm gonna have so many stockings, I'm thinking I'm actually gonna put them going up the stairs because we're gonna be using the stockings as like the start of like games and things that we're gonna be playing at the holiday season. They're gonna serve a purpose throughout like Christmas Eve, and then on Christmas morning they'll be filled with like candy and fun things. So normally this is where I would put stockings, and I will for now, just the ones that we have. But I want to add some more height, so to kind of keep this kind of going upwards. I'm gonna put these books back that I had before, and I have this pretty dome. I was kind of playing with what I could put in it. It's just a gold bottom glass dome. Maybe we can put some like bottle brush trees in it. That's kind of nice. It's just different. I feel like I need red. Even though we have the burgundy, I love the red on the tree so much, like that deep velvet red. I have some berries that we can kind of like snuggle in. So just so it adds like a different kind of color. To the center, I'm just gonna add a few bottle brush trees. Just gonna give some texture. They don't light up or anything, but they're pretty. And some different colors to kind of give a little bit of a pop. We've also been spending a lot of time outside putting up lights on the exterior of our house, so stay tuned for even more over on my vlog channel. I can't wait to show you guys what the outside of our house is gonna look like for the holidays.